Looks like it's going to be this kind of video today. Today has just been messing with the engine all day, trying to make things work. I'm having a weird issue where turning on forward rendering is causing less performance when it's supposed to do the opposite in VR applications. Not sure what's causing that, but of course every time you disable and re-enable that, you have to recompile shaders. So 30,000 shaders are compiling behind me. I think I might need a coffee break or something. Well, I was gonna go get coffee or go for a drive or something to clear my head, but then I remembered that my wife has my car. I drive a Leaf, which is all electric, and that's fantastic. She drives that Mustang. Don't get me wrong, it's an okay car, but I'm a large guy. If I get in that thing, I feel like I'm gonna die. It's small. It's definitely good to get outside instead of staring at a computer screen all day. Don't get me wrong, I love my screens, but nature is nice sometimes. Well, seeing as I'm not going to go out and get coffee, maybe some nice English breakfast tea. Just had a conversation with our roommate. He's an older guy, probably in his late 60s. I don't know how so many people manage to inspire me daily. Maybe I'm a dreamer or something, I don't know. But I love talking to people. Everyone's got a different story and everyone's got a different outlook on the world. Sometimes that can be annoying, but other times it's enlightening. Still waiting on these shaders to compile. I really need to come up with a name for this series. You know, I have developer thoughts, which is more of a scripted kind of thing, where I have the camera set up with a tripod and separate audio recording with a mic and stuff like that. These videos don't really fit that kind of thing. I need a name suggestion. Maybe Dev Days or something like that. Something related to developer stuff. I don't know. Well, as it stands right now, I think I'm going to put the nature portion of the VR development on hold simply because I can't get the performance where I want it. In a regular scene, I can push 180 frames a second with, models and stuff like that. But trying to do a large scale nature scene is proving to be extremely difficult. Again, perhaps there's a reason why no one's really done it yet. I mean, I could get away with doing, 7 trees in a forest, but that doesn't look good. It's not fun. What's the point of that? I don't know. I don't want to abandon VR altogether, though. VR development is so amazing. It's cool. It's still a relatively new technology. Of course, it's cool. No one has really figured out that game-changing thing yet. Like when we first discovered mouse look, that was a whole new thing, and it changed the way we did games like that forever. No one's really discovered something like that yet for VR. I mean, the hand tracking stuff is really cool. Being able to do hand stuff is amazing. I can't wait till we get keyboards in VR using something like the Knuckles controllers for individual key response. Sounds amazing. I think perhaps now I'm going to move over to trying to do smaller areas that are still heavily detailed. We'll see what happens. I think detail is an area of VR that still needs work. It's easy to create a scene with minimal objects in the world that performs well. It's hard to create a scene that is very detailed and also performs well. different type of development. I think my shader's almost done compiling. No, still 13,000. Oh well. First step, I think, is I'm going to do a medieval style town that you can explore in VR. We'll see where it goes. Alright, so it looks like I should be able to do medieval village type stuff, or even towns. What is the difference between a town and a village? A town must be larger. Doesn't matter. I should be able to do medieval living areas in VR with a good amount of detail. I loaded up the medieval village and the medieval town asset packs from the marketplace. They're fantastic. The developers need to do more. They're great. I loaded up their demo scenes, and even though they're not really optimized for VR, I have them running at 90 frames a second without doing much of anything except for disabling horrible post-processing. But 90 frames a second with very good amount of detail. Exciting. But I gotta have time to do this video, and I gotta have time to not be at my computer for 16 hours. So, I'll see you tomorrow.